My name is Dr. Faith Philo Kunihira, the founder and executive director of the organization of Bringing Hope to the Family. It's been 25 years since I started the organization of Bringing Hope to the Family. I want to take this privilege to thank you all for sitting there and listening to me as I speak about the stories of resilience from the perspective of an African girl. I was born and raised in a small village called Ruhoko. The story of my birth says that I was born under a coffee tree, and my grandmother was the midwife at the time then when I was born. Very interesting. So hard to believe that sometimes a girl like me was never born in a hospital, never ushered in by a trained midwife, but ushered in by my own grandmother, who was a local traditional midwife. And I grew up in that small village. I grew up in a very rural, poor environment, and an environment where people could not believe that something good could come out of a person like me. Life was very hard. Raised up by a single mother from a very, very poor environment, it was so difficult to know that I would obtain education and be where I am today and help so many people that I've helped today. My mother struggled. She struggled so much to make sure that she takes us to school. 7 of us, it was a struggle for her as a single woman to ensure that her children get educated and her children become who we are today. I went to school in my village. I later went to school in the city and graduated as an accountant in the university. But later on, I studied and got a master's in business administration. 6 of my other siblings are all educated. And all this came in because we had a purpose, we had a determination that education was going to be the key item that we needed in our family to be able to eradicate poverty. But this has been a story of resilience. Resilience from my mother as a single mother. She worked so hard to ensure that she brings up her children and she educates them. Resilience for me as an individual. It was not easy. I walked a long distance to go to school. I struggled. I didn't know whether I would have food or not have food the next day. I didn't know whether I would have school supplies or not have them. I didn't know whether there would be tuition or there would be no tuition in life the next day. But I resisted and I continued and I struggled and I succeeded and I came through. And through all the life that I went through, it gave me the motivation to come back and help other women, to come back and help the children, the women and the children in my community. Because I realized that somebody needs to help the people that are most vulnerable, unexposed, uneducated, down in the rural areas. And I came back to my village and I started the organization called Bringing Hope to the Family. And my entire objective of starting the organization again was to just make sure that these young people do not struggle, do not lose the opportunity to be educated. Because I almost lost the opportunity to be educated in life. And I started to work with these young girls that had dropped out of school. And mainly these girls were coming from families that had been severely affected by HIV/AIDS. Their future had been closed. Most of them were destined to getting married or to going out and work as maids in people's homes and also do other kind of dirty jobs that you can think about in this world that are done by young women. And working with them together, I've seen a change in their lives. I've seen a change in more than 3,600 young girls, more than 5,000 children whose lives have been changed. Today, I see children that have graduated, I see girls that have graduated, and I see them becoming self-sustainable, able to take care of themselves, but coming from stories of great struggles, families where there was no hope completely. I want to welcome all of you to join us as we walk on this journey of raising women and building them to be resilient to the challenges that keep our women backward and keep our women dying prematurely and being unable to take care of their generations. Thank you.